Thank you for talking to me, Jake. Can you basically just tell me a little bit about the organisation?
Yeah, definitely. So AIME stands for the Australian Indigenous Mentoring Experience. In its essence, it's a mentoring program that pairs university students up with Indigenous high school students to improve educational outcomes.
And how did it start?
Okay, so the program started in 2005 out of the University of Sydney, and a university student noticed that there were Indigenous people within the local community that were not crossing over to university. So that person went out to offer help to the Indigenous students that were in school in year 11 and 12. But when they were there, they noticed that Indigenous students were dropping out at an earlier age. So that's how the idea began, and that was through Jack Manning Bancroft, who is the current CEO of AIME.
What's your role in the organisation?
Okay, so I'm the AIME Wollongong Program Manager. AIME Program Managers are responsible for session delivery, consultation between community, and working closely within the schools, school students, school teachers, so forth.
On the 4th of August, you guys just had your national launch. Can you explain that?
Yeah, okay, so in short, AIME now has the capacity to branch out all over Australia, and their national launch signified that. That occurred in Sydney, and we're ready to go all over Australia.
That's amazing. Now, AIME is a network of different universities. Do you get to gauge how other universities help Indigenous students? And how do you find Wollongong in compared to, say, other universities when it comes to Indigenous enrolment and support?
Okay, so would you like to repeat the first part of the question?
Oh,
and
okay.
Answer that? Yep.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to the second part.
Okay. So AIME is a network of universities.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, do you get to correspond with how other universities help Indigenous students? Like different approaches?
Yeah, definitely. The AIME program, I think what you're getting at here, the AIME program can operate out of any university site within Australia. The AIME program in itself must consult with the community. By the community, I'm talking about the Indigenous community, okay, and work alongside each other. Once that process takes place, that's when the AIME program can flourish. Answering your question as to whether it can be measured or compared, yes, it can. Okay, and the way you compare those results relates to the students' achievement data within their local area.
You were saying that AIME is very much community-based. How important is that bottom-up approach?
It's essential, yeah. So for an outside organisation to come into the community, if they were to say, look, here's what we've got, this is how it's going to run, okay, it might completely clash with the local community's ideals. So you must consult with community first, find out if it is okay to have this program operating in the area, and that's what we did once we had the chance to offer this experience to the Wollongong area.
Now, how many mentors do you have at the university?
Over 100. Yeah.
Over 100. And to be a mentor, do you need any specific qualifications?
Okay, so the university mentors, or the AIME mentors, are usually university students. Okay, they can be from any particular faculty, and then they must complete AIME training. And within AIME training, there is information that relates to child protection, cultural awareness, and also we provide information about how the AIME program will operate, because there's several different streams within the AIME program.
And how long do the mentors spend each week helping out the organisation? Like, what sort of involvement does it require?
Okay, so usually it's 1 hour per week, based over 17 sessions throughout the year. And it does not operate in the school holidays, and it does not operate in the university holidays. However, we also have homework centre streams, and sometimes those homework centre sessions operate for more than an hour.
I mean, obviously, Indigenous high school students get a lot of benefit from talking to university mentors, but what do the university mentors also get from socialising with Indigenous communities?
Yeah, okay, well, we have university students that are from a number of different backgrounds, okay? And I'm talking on many levels here, so socioeconomic, international, local students, so forth. Now, this is a chance for university students to actually, meet Indigenous Australians, be a part of the culture, learn a bit about the culture of the first Australians, right? As we were saying before, prior to this interview, a lot of Indigenous Australians haven't had the chance to be involved in university and view it as a scary place, and the university students, the AIME mentors, are responsible for, showing mentees that it's a place that you can come to, it's a place that you can achieve, and it's not scary, and it's intrinsically rewarding for them. Yeah.
With your experience working with Indigenous people and actually being a university graduate, is there anything else the university should do to help support Indigenous enrolment? Is there anything you think would be more beneficial, or more programs, or?
All right. So when you say university in general, there could be,
as in this university.
University of Wollongong.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's there is a question that you would need to pose to community. Okay. So I can speak on behalf of myself.
Yeah.
All right. But it would be better to talk to the community, so you'd have an informed response. Yeah.
So definitely community dialogue is important.
Definitely,
yeah.
Definitely, yeah. If you want to work with a population group, go in there and talk with
yeah.
them, yeah. And certainly you can talk to representatives and make sure they are representatives of the whole community. I personally did not grow up in this area,
mm-hmm.
so I grew up in Jervis Bay. So there are people out there, elders, okay, aunties, uncles, okay, that can offer that feedback. Yeah, so that'll be the people I would say or suggest for you.
Thank you very much.